everything is evolving in a positive manner, regardless of the type of world that we are living in today, where it seems to have become a runaway car, you know, or a runaway horse, just galloping along with no one in control, or a plane flying without the pilot get knocked out. So you don't know how that plane is going to land, how things are going to end up. So this is because history, as Marcus says, is the landmark by which we are directed into the true course of life. So if you allow people who do not work by history to guide you, then you will find yourself in lots of trouble, because the actions of history which transpired before you happened to give you an understanding of what could happen and what will happen. So what you should be using is common sense and logics, which is the thinking of the Almighty. Nothing's supposed to be confusing. And that reminds me of the person who was interdicted for saying, I am surrounded by idiots. I laugh because it's only now I don't use that word regularly, or I hardly ever. But when I started my program in 2003, and the bodies were falling and such madness was going on, that was my favorite words. Idiot. The persons called and said, but why is we calling people idiot? You know you got a nice program, but why you be calling people idiot? I said, because I don't like idiots. Because idiots just make people die. You know how many people were dying? So I had to laugh because that used to be my favorite word. You see, common sense, history, and when you're an adult, you should have already learned. How can you be at the age you are and not have? That's why I know everything has gone down real far. You know what I was doing at 17 years old? I was treasurer of a football club. I was also representing the country in sports at the junior level. And a treasurer who went on a couple of years later to call strike even in national football. Because when you meet idiots, you just got to take action. Else you get destroyed. You get destroyed. And I'm speaking this now in reference, I'm referring to the history that I had to deal with. And any history that encompasses you alone is not no history. People come on and want to take charge of things and say they have right to run things on their own history. No, it can't be your own history. Your own history is no history. Compare the history of the nation that you want to come run. Your personal history is no history. That's why if I can speak anything about my history, it got to be entwined into the rest of things that is going on. Well, I got a degree, or what did you do with that? And that is the problem with the Western Roman education system. You just got to get a degree, a certificate or something, and you have arrived. You could go and kill a whole heap of people after them through stupidity or idiotness. It matter. You have a degree. I won't be one of those idiots. Certain of that. because I look at people and their conduct. In reality, you see, the only time that you have control of is the present. You have no control of the past. This is why I went on here at the present when the bodies were falling. Because I couldn't say nothing after. I had to say something then. Hey, you see what happened there? No, I don't ever. When I come and speak, that's why they speak present. That's why you see when I come on TV now, I speak of what's going on present. And just to show you how the time is, because the present is the time, and the present is the prophecy that was spoken of before. The thing you are bother about is the present and the future. You can't do nothing about the past. Oh, they call that cure. That's what they call that, cure. That's why the motto of Majesty School of Thinking, out of which comes Majesty Music Lesson, is, the motto is, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. That is the proverb. And I add in, because I improve on the proverbs, you know, because a pound of cure is a waste of a whole heap of time, money, and energy for sure, which is what we have to be dealing with now. Because when I used to be speaking, people used to want, oh, cut you off. Oh, he's talking about Westminster. Oh, he's Mr. Westminster. Oh, this, the, oh, that, the, oh. Oh, the PNC moving around. Okay, well, but you don't form your own party. Yeah. Where we at now today? You want me to get today's paper? Because I was cracking up. A battery for $300. A whole host of batteries bought at $1,000 and change dollars, what costs $300 for one. The amount of money, so it's sold at more than 3 times the price, 4 times the price actually. So it was a million in battery, it is 4 million, and you know what else? Or if it's, I don't know how much millions of battery they bought, but millions in battery, but I didn't read the story. Just the headline is be good enough for me. Then we had the pliers. So this is the man who was talking about Westminster. It's the slackest system in the world. Majority, yes, the man said, majority is not a science of intellect. I do not follow majority. I follow intelligence. If it's one man more intelligent than the majority, is the man I following. If the majority jump overboard, they mean I jumping overboard. I gotta find out why you jump overboard. Because like I said, if it's majority rule, if when I go to America everybody taking cocaine, then I supposed to take cocaine too, which is what some people do. I am not a follower. And I don't teach people to be followers. I teach people to be leaders. Because you got to have the ability to lead yourself properly to be able to lead a nation. And if you follow in the wrong thing, which is not history, because if you follow in history, your ancestors, you won't go right, for sure. But if you follow in propaganda, which is what Westminster is all about, and for those youngsters who don't know what is Westminster, Westminster is the place in London, England, where the Parliament stands, where Westminster Palace, where the Queen of England and the royal family live. Westminster is an abbey, a church, like St. George, a cathedral. And that is the place where the crown kings, and that is the place The cemetery of Westminster. Westminster is also a cemetery. That's where they bury the kings and the nobles. So Westminster is also a cemetery. Is which part of Westminster you end up under? It's the same thing. Because Westminster is run by liars, scamps, and thieves. The Westminster system ended up being the head of slavery. The Royal Charter had a monopoly to slaves in the Caribbean. That's the Queen them. They had the first monopoly to bring slaves in the Caribbean because they were ruling the waves, ruling the oceans with the pirate ships. So no one can bring no slaves other than them. Westminster. That's why I born Westminster in flames. So we under a Westminster system will tell you about majority rule. Majority mean intelligence? No. Your wise men are always few. You gotta search to find them. And you know what idiots do? They don't even bother look for them. Diligently. They take whoever they're about. So, yeah. They right to rule of majority. The people are illiterate. So they don't understand. China, president don't pick for no majority rule of the people. If the majority, the wise men, that's when majority could rule. When it's a wise men. Majority idiots? No. So, someone who is following history won't understand. Well, we're here with the same select system. If you get the majority, you are able to put in whoever you want. There is no oversight council of the people. So that's how we end up. Another man walk out to 27. And all the rest of things will go on. This and then they wonder why the people can't rise. Babylon system is the vampire for the empire. You know the empire you're talking about is the Roman Empire. You didn't tell you which empire. We just tell you for the empire. They suck in the blood of the sufferers. Another part you tell us sucking the children day by day. That's the music lesson coming out of Bob Marley, one of them. So, this is the slackest system in the world. That's why unless you surround yourself with wise people, all over the world is going on. The people can't rise, because all the money is being stolen. The people's money. First of all, in this country, to stealing the people's money, you're supposed to get in at least 15 years to 25. 15 to 20 to 25. That's what you're supposed to get in. In China, it's possible to get executed if you teach plenty. I might get life. You know what you're doing? You're creating crime. No one here can get no free education. Nobody here can get this. You can't get that. Because the money is being stolen. Ain't no way this country is supposed to get money for the people. You know why? From 2007 1st to January, 16% VAT. The people were paying. They mean for the last 9 years, they've been paying 16% plus what they're already paying. And they ain't got no money for the people, and it's the people money. Well, it's who money? It's the party money. It's the elected people money. Who the people elect to watch over the funds and ensure that it disbursed properly. Westminster, any system over Westminster make is a jokey system. So that's how we end up. Now, government is a failure all over the world. Now, because socialist government come in to give money to the people directly, Westminster fight them down. America's Westminster. All Europe is Westminster, because England is ruled. The English rule the Western Roman Empire, along with the Vatican money. Because the Vatican got the most money. And they continue to buy and produce arms to destroy anyone who going against the slackness system. Because they have no intention that the people rise, they must always be slaves. This is the history of Westminster from them time to times. And they're the most vicious creatures that ever walked on the face of the earth. The Bible calls them beasts. You have to be really, 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 really vicious to got black people in slavery for 400 years. So the nonsense was be talking in America now. I just think, what's wrong with these African people? We're answering these people the way that they do. Well, we got to wait on the inquiry. We got to, when we see the video, when, I thought, what's wrong with you? Why you letting these people make you clowns all the time? You forget the history? The history is that the police is the new overseers for the slaves, which is what you are. And their job is to keep the slaves in check. And they are backed by the injustice system that they set up, because it was always been injustice against African people. What's wrong with y'all? Like I telling y'all, and I say I got to fly up there to tell y'all these things. Yeah, I got these people got y'all reasoning. Another man get shot. Another man get shot. Another man get shot. I don't know with some black people. The generation got to die out. And new generation, with 400 million black men will light fire and burn Babylon has to come in worldwide. Because Babylon ain't going away, just so you know. It's only with a big bang of Babylon going. Babylon going away, Babylon building arms all the time. And Babylon is so arrogant you could talk wherever you want. That's how we just got them with these people who the shot. Reason. The report is good. All them trained by the KKK. All them police is Ku Klux Klan police, you know. And the blacks ones who are there with them have no choice but to go along with it to be part of the crew. And be one of the boys. So, if you know how vicious these people are, y'all won't be so jokey. Y'all have turned cowards. That's what they turn y'all into. Cowards and weak-kneed people. America got a constitution. Now, you see, this is the thing about this country. Now, and people love to talk and pretend that they can guide the people. Yeah, there's so many talk shows and spokesperson from those times in 2003 when I was on. And they don't talk with me, you know. But I write all the time. They don't challenge me either. By saying, in the papers or something, oh, this Rastaman, he's an idiot. He's idiot because he said this, he's stupid because he said that, he's whatever. Nobody don't say nothing. That program is be nonsense. They don't say nothing, They don't challenge me and the things I say, because there are many things they could take out and challenge. Now, the same Westminster people bring private sector engine of growth. Now, on a program just this week gone, there is a person in the government saying that when people inquire about the wages and why he's explaining why it can't be more than 10, other than the government ain't got the money, what he's saying, he said the private sector, if they was to raise it to 20 or 40, the private sector, 20 or 40%, the private sector couldn't keep up. The private sector complained. Now, I wonder if I was hearing right. The private sector can keep up. The engine of growth. The private sector is the engine of growth, and they can't keep up with the ordinary wages where the people get in. I don't want to crack up. Me? Y'all talking to? No, y'all don't know why you're listening. What's the private sector engine of growth? The private sector is supposed to give the best wages to the people. The best wages, not just to the CEO up top there, to all the people them. But instead, they complaining. Private sector also said, telling the government, private sector telling the government, they don't think the government should raise the VAT. The government should not reduce the VAT. I don't want the government to reduce the VAT neither, because they won't be able to function how they're functioning. And they won't be able to give the people the money. Because of the sense of while the VAT in place, then if you reduce the VAT, no, they really ain't going to be able to give them nothing. So, the people don't pay the VAT. They don't pay it for how much years? 9 years. So, I thought in telling the government to reduce the VAT, but not for the reason what they're talking about, because only them and the government make money out of the VAT. Telling because after the 5th, the government's supposed to be, well, the promises that the government made, well, promises without a plan and a program. You can't have promises without a plan and a program. Promises without a plan and a program is no promises. They got a plan and a program for things to happen. The money needs to be diverted, stop with all the other programs. You borrow money for airport expansion, certain other programs, cease the other programs, and start looking after the people. As a matter of fact, in order to look after the people, they need to be a minister of cooperatives. When you talk about small business, individual is not the only business. Cooperative was supposed to be the vehicle for the people to progress. That is why we were named the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. And there were hundreds or thousands of co-ops created. All the housing programs were basically with co-ops. Definitely for the smaller man them. All were co-ops. Housing co-ops, agriculture co-ops. This was to be the vehicle, the chief vehicle. It's in the Constitution. If we were living to the Constitution, we wouldn't have a problem. When the Westminster made high change, it's really what he did was dump the Constitution. This is what he did. Constitution became null and void. So, and now, that big brother is still overarching us, Westminster, ones don't know how to change back because they're afraid whatever monies are coming will start to dry up. Just like what they did with Forbes in the earlier time. And Cuba, because this is why we were never supposed to go under these people. This is why we became a republic, to cut off totally from Westminster. 4 years after independence, we became a republic, 1970. Well, 50 years now, Jubilee, Republic Jubilee will be 2020. You heard what it is? 2020. 2 and 2, which is 2 is the number equality, and 2 twos is total equality. And 2020 is what I was speaking about just now. History is the landmark by which we are directed in the true course of life. That's why I said what you're supposed to deal with is the present and the future. History now, if you look back, they call the 2020 vision. Well, 2020 vision done the in process, can't come in. Because that's what I do all the time. Show you the history of what went on. All history is 2020 vision. For the intelligent, for the people who have common sense and who deal with logics. And the people who know that history is the landmark by which we are directing the true course of life. But for the rest of the people, history don't count. So, African people who don't know the history, don't know how they get lost. If you can't find your way back home, where you walk, well, then you can get lost. So, private sector was not to be the engine of growth. Private sector is in the Constitution. Everybody free to private enterprises is accepted. But for the people, co-ops are supposed to be the way forward. Where the people are now, everything went down, the co-op smash, everything stopped. So I'm just calling on the government, we need to have a minister of cooperatives who will deal directly with restructuring the cooperatives as a priority to get the people mobilized back again. And they cannot be mobilized without support. That's why we had co-op banks, where they could have gone, showed what is the program of the co-op, show the land they acquire. If it's agriculture, they show you what they're doing. If it's some other business, right, manufacturing, they show them what they acquire. The co-op officer come and investigate, or the bank officer, and they see that these people have invested, and even with the co-op also, people put part of their money. They put in their money where their mouth is. The thing that they need is co-op officers to ensure that they don't weak out and do not honor their obligations, and they have institutions there to support them to ensure that they're encouraged. They deserve it. They've been paying VAT for 9 years. And they're the ones who have put the people who are enjoying government there. And even before that, for all the years they were out of government, they're the people who are mining them by giving them parliamentary money, which is millions per year. 60 to 70 million went to the members of parliament every year, because it was 20-something seats. It's mathematics I deal with all the time. And for those who in parliament who don't think they owe the people, we'll find out how much seats, how many votes at that election gave a seat. How much it is? 2,000, 3,000, how much? That amount, you owe those people directly. Those, how much thousand people gave you that seat? And the other one, how much thousand people gave you that seat? You all obligated. Because it's mathematics run the world, mathematics run elections, mathematics got you in that seat, mathematics give you all the money in your pocket, and got you living at the standard that you're living to. While other people got to go there and bust their tail. Not without a salary and pay them, not with a salary and pay themselves. They know the money coming, they got to get out there when the month come. And I got the same bills to pay. So, mathematics ain't got a man in parliament can tell me he ain't obligated to the people who give you the seat. The 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000, how many people gave you one seat? In every election that I had. And you're getting the seat for 5 years straight. So, everything is mathematics, straight. There ain't nothing mysterious in this world, because everything is mathematically coordinated. Now, we got the 2020 Jubilee, and the Father is who make the earth. And it's the Father have me in Guyana, and all who else too. But some people understand the Father and he works, and some people don't. I specifically, and that's why I specifically this come on TV, and that's why they start about specifically certain things. Because my consciousness is totally and absolutely aware, which is how I know all human beings are supposed to be. Totally and absolutely aware of everything that surrounds you in this earth. And I don't know how people understand the Father make all the herbs on the earth. I don't understand though. Now, people, they can't fix the rice problem. They can't fix the sugar problem. But they're looking for mash down the herb industry. The herb industry cannot be mashed down. No matter how you try to mash it down. Because what the Almighty make, no man remove, you know. Remember though, it's presumptuousness where you are following the white man who is the most presumptuous man on the face of the earth, who tell himself he could rule people and tell them this and tell them that. And make stupid laws. Can you hear the word law? God, law don't mean God. All kind of wicked people make laws. Nebuchadnezzar, Hitler, Mussolini. The slave master them. You have to put bullet holes in them laws. You will make an idiot make law for you. That's why we don't observe the marijuana law, which was made by a white man in America in 1937. Now, he come like Nebuchadnezzar, we must bow down to he. All them is Nebuchadnezzar. How they come? By force. All wicked people has come by gun and force. or sword and all kind of thing. They don't come with reason. That's how I know the wicked. So, this is what's going on. And we Africans following them. We following the wicked people them. Who tell themselves they use force and rule people.